Hello and welcome to Real Hi-Fi Help. Well, I've spoken a lot to one of my hi-fi friends over the phone, and we were just talking about, combining cables, plugs, finding out what is the right balance for people in general. And we kind of came to this conclusion here, and I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think that knowing this as some very basic information will help you figure out where your sound is going and where it most likely how it most likely will sound like. So I usually say to people that they should use the same type of cables, plugs, and try to have that same type of cable and plug inside of the gear. And that usually makes the sound a lot more stable, integrated, and balanced. And a lot of people really need this in their system. A lot of people have a lot of different types of sounds going on in their system while they're fighting with gear that isn't that good. So you kind of want this as one of your first priorities to stabilize your sound. So this is a way of kind of getting rid of fake sound, but there are also some people that have a system that is like half bad, that if you do this with a lower type of cable that isn't that good, it will have a tendency of revealing the true ugly boring nature of the cable and the gear that you're using. And just many times that removes the appeal, the sexy seductive effect that we all want, where it kind of cuts through and lures you in. So there's also that thing to take into consideration. And what I mean is that we want to basically create a sound that has more detail, intensity, resolution, and true inner depth. And it can be a bit difficult to do this when you have everything kind of in the middle. You have a system that's like, okay, and then you have like this half shitty cable repeated all over the place. It could make the sound a bit too stable, a bit too, I would say, boring and reserved. So you might want to, in that case, if you feel you reach that point, go with just like one or two cables that are like totally different or in a slightly different direction, just to give it that more sexy, seductive type of sound, that so you get a bit more detail, intensity, resolution, and you have something kind of driving the sound. So that is important to remember, and I constantly keep coming back to this because it's a fight. It's a fight between repeating everything on every single part of the chain, so it's the same religion, same high quality thing. But sometimes you can actually take that too far, so it loses its appeal and just sounds a bit old, reserved, and boring. And stuff like that actually happens, believe it or not. So like I've written here, and that's kind of where these ultra high revealing silver cables comes in, because you might take one of these cables and connect them to your sound equipment and think that, oh, this is just too harsh, this is too bright, this is too much of this and that. And just know that when you then repeat that really aggressive cable, and you usually double up on that or triple up or quadruple up or whatever on that, and you have that repeated on other parts of your chain, just know that it will get usually a lot more natural, a lot more stable, a lot more integrated, and you shouldn't necessarily judge that as the cable being bad. You should also take into consideration that it's just the application of that cable not revealing its full nature. So I get this all the time. I try and test like a new plug, and I have a certain idea of it's doing these things, they're bad, but I also at the back of my mind know that if I doubled up on that plug and I suddenly had it on 5, 10 other parts of the chain, suddenly that thing that it does different, which is negative, suddenly gets turned into a positive. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because this is a way of kind of diagnosing your sound, trying to go deep, perhaps having to lose a bit of money, seeming as if you're going 1 or 2 steps back, but actually you will in the end get 1, 2, 3, many more steps ahead. This is a process that you just have to go through. So I really think that this will help you guys find your sound. So this is me logging out. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.